What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican. I went to this Arab barber today, and man, they cut off your mustache. I don't know why they do that, man. It's really annoying. I'm not a fan of this look. I gotta stop going to them dudes. Freaking irritated. Anyway, I can't put it back on or grow it back instantly. So whatever it is, it is what it is. Man, it's the third time I'm doing this video. It's like the first time I went off the reservation. Second time, the sound conked out. And that was a really good one. Now I'm just annoyed because I have to do this a third time. So excuse me if I lack my general enthusiasm. So anyway, I was watching Aaron Clary. He has the YouTube channel Asshole Consultant, and he was talking about the new Miss America pageant and the thing that they got going on with they're no longer having the swimsuit section. They're no longer going to judge women based off of beauty standards. And he was just breaking down like the whole social structure and hierarchical structure of the organization now, and how it's just become an entire leftist SJW type of organization, the entire Miss America pageant. And this brought me to an alternative conclusion. Disparate points that I brought together. Maybe you guys can help me out with this. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's not masculinity that's in crisis. When we listen to the MRAs, they talk about, the boy crisis and crisis of masculinity. And we hear this all the time. And these different types of, things they talk about with masculinity. Toxic masculinity, this, that, the other. And it's not masculinity that's in crisis. It's femininity that's in crisis. You see, when we look at masculinity, there is a problem with men in terms of masculine men nowadays, but if you're a man and you want to be masculine, or you're forced to it, into a masculine stance, if maybe it's something that you haven't been in your entire life, you can go online, on YouTube, on the regular web, www.masculinity.com or whatever. I just made that up, but I'm just saying you can go anywhere online and find rites of passage, lessons, material on how to be a man. Some of it solid, some of it by charlatans. But you can find a ton of material on masculinity, whether it's some beta game, alpha game, PUA game, sigma game, that game, this game, whatever else, whatever you want to be in terms of a man, you can find it. If you want to be a MGTOW man, you can go and you can find out how to build stuff from scratch. You can go and learn how to build your body from a fatty or from a skinny. You can learn how to freaking make money, to pick up women. Whatever it is that you seek in terms of masculinity, you can find it online. If you go offline, there are so many books written by so many different guys with so much life experience that you can hone in the type of man you want to be to like super fine-tuned. You don't even have to give up your individuality. It just teaches you how to be masculine, the internet and the world nowadays and everything that we find in it, on how to be the man that you want to be within the framework of your personality. We have a ton of resources. We have the manosphere. We have Red Pill. Let me ask you something. What do women have? I can think of 3 women right now. A 4th who's a bit confused, but 3 who are solid on teaching women femininity. That's it. I can't think of any other women who's trying out, to really teach women how to be feminine women. There's no womansphere to teach women how to be women, because women don't think they need to learn how to be women. They think men need to learn how to be men and twist themselves in loops and circles to be what they want, to be utility to women. But that's not masculinity. And that's not femininity. That's just them being solipsistic. Women, femininity is in crisis because they have no one to look to, nowhere to turn to in order to learn how to be feminine women. And now we are running into generations of women who are raised by other women without a man in the house, or women who don't know how to keep a man in the house. So they have no clear, observable role model of how a woman lives with a man. We have men who live with women, and we can learn from them and their experiences, but their women aren't out teaching women how to live with men. No. They're not out teaching women how to be attractive and whatever else. No. And now, the last stance, the last bastion of what it should be to be feminine, a nice, svelte, thin, slim, well-built body, Miss America pageant, has been taken away from them too. Femininity is in freefall. It's in chaos. Not masculinity. We've got resources to turn to. The problem is beta, blue pill beta invested men who don't want to give up their beta blue pill investment into what they are right now as a man. That's problematic. But even them, they're going to come to the conclusion one day that, you know what, I've been a fool my whole life, because it's not going to pay off. It never does. But what do women have? Masculinity is not in crisis. Gentlemen, you could wake up from a drunken stupor after a concussive head accident, however you want to call it. That sounded crazy. But and you could probably name like 20 YouTube channels that are on masculinity and at least 4 different books by 3 different authors. I know I can. So what do women have? Men are from Venus, women are from Mars, or other way around, or whatever else. Is that teaching women how to live with women, to go out and how to get a man and keep a man? Because we can teach you how to go out and get women and even how to keep women, if that's your aim and objective, or if you want to get one and throw her under the bus after you get what you want from her. Whatever the case may be, we've got a ton of resources. Just more proof that men are builders and maintainers. We will maintain masculinity at any and all cost. It will not go anywhere. Women don't build or maintain anything. They can't even build and maintain themselves. You even look at the fitness chicks online. You know, they're good for like maybe a decade, and then after a while, you see them later on and they're a bunch of fatties. They can't even maintain themselves. Masculinity is not in crisis. I just came to that conclusion. It's not masculinity. It never was. It's women. They're like small children. They're like a spoiled fat kid in a candy store. And the more you give them, the more they want, the more they want, the more they demand, the more they feel entitled to. A spoiled fat kid in a candy store. That's what women are. And it's not looking good for them. Because when we look at the manosphere and the direction that we're pushing, the rate that the manosphere is growing in general, masculinity is on team win yet again. What are women getting out of all of this? Hashtag Me Too's. While men learn how to stock up money, make money. I can't blame MGTOW guys. Look at them. They develop themselves. They learn how to make money. They become masters of whatever it is they turn to. That's commendable. What are the hashtag Me Too chicks doing? They really improving, their lives through hashtags and entire online movements. It's a victimhood movement to top it off. You might think, okay, the manosphere is an online movement, but that's one that leads to self-improvement. Because like I said, you can learn how to build anything from scratch, including yourself. You can learn how to build a house, whatever else, and it's all aimed at men. It's not aimed at women. So that's self-improvement. What's all these hashtags and all these female movements building in women? How is it improving their lot? It's not. Masculinity is on team win right now. It just doesn't look like it. This isn't a battle that's won. This isn't a war that's won. This is over. This is just, you know what we're doing? We're just looking around at blood-soaked men and calling it like a loss because the men are covered with blood, but we're not injured, man. This is like This is just the leftovers of the butchery that's taken place in the gender war. And women are flailing about, lost, clueless on what to do next or how to do it next. And so they just react from situation to situation to situation to situation. Just panic mode, flailing about hopelessly and helplessly. Masculinity is not in crisis. It's femininity. And they're trying to drag us down with them. And it's not working. Anyway, agree, disagree, let me know. This is your man, Abuamerican. You can catch me on Instagram, Twitter. I am no longer on Facebook. And Steam it, all at Abuamerican.